What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about saving money, how me and my partner managed to take 40% of our income and put it into savings. But before we start anything, I want to say thank you so much to my new subscribers. Thank you for clicking on my video. I am so grateful and I truly appreciate it. I really hope that I'm able to provide all the value that you need, and thank you so much for helping me to reach my goal. That's why I am here, to help you reach your financial goals. Don't mind the hair, by the way, guys. We're working on that. So basically, how we managed to take 40% of our income and put it onto savings. I had to do a lot of reevaluating, a lot of basically what I had to do is to go through all of our money. Where does our money go? I had to assess that. I had to look deep. I had to print out a 3-month statement and highlight all of our expenses. And honestly, it would make you sick to your stomach to see how much money goes to basically things that you don't need. So what you can do is do what I just did, get a statement and start highlighting all your spending. Have different types of highlights. So I would highlight pink onto the bills and yellow on the things that we didn't even need. And then I managed to figure out that we spend over $100 a week on things we don't need. And that's how I figured out that we could actually cut those things out and start putting that $100 onto savings. Now, what I want you to do is, number one, to set an intention. So have a goal. So ask yourself, how bad do I actually want this? How bad do I want this money? How bad do I need to save this money? So when you have an intention, your intention could be to build a home for your kids. Your intention could be to pay off debts. Your intention could be to start a funding for your children to pay university cash without having to get student loans. Your intentions could be to go on a vacation with your family. Your intention could be to build a dream kitchen. Like anything, a budget, to me, what I figured out, is something very personal to yourself. I can just tell you what's working for me, but you are the only one who knows your finances, and you're the only one who can make it work with your finances and with your intentions in mind, setting your own goals and figuring out, how am I going to reach that goal? Try your best not to compare with anyone you know, with me included, and try and see how they are implementing their budgeting and their savings, and see how it's going to work for you. And the other thing is to make a big decision. Once you set that intention and you know how much you need, and you know you have a goal of this long to reach that, that deadline, to reach that goal, you have to make a decision. It's either two things. You're either going to cut off a lot of costings, a lot of expenses that you don't need, or you're going to have to get a second job to get more income. So those are the two things that you can look at. So for me personally, I did cut off a few things, and I didn't get another job, but I did show my enthusiasm at work that I am able to work other departments. I am able to work more shifts, because since I had a baby, I was now part-time. I cut off a few shifts, which means my income got lower, but I was showing a lot of enthusiasm that, hey, if you need me, call me. If you need someone and my partner is also off, or my partner is not working that morning, and you need someone in the morning, let me know. I am able to work. I am able to do whatever it takes. And that's how, honestly, our income has kind of increased in the past few weeks, because of my enthusiasm and showing that I am able to be flexible and work other departments and work even when I am not on my shift. Now, the mistake that me and my partner were doing is we've always had a savings account, a joint savings account, and it's an automatic payment. So on a Wednesday, money would be taken away and put it into that savings account. Now, the problem is, because we didn't have a plan for money. Always have a plan for your money. We didn't have a plan for our money. So we would get paid. That automatic payment would take that amount of money and put it into our savings account. we would spend money, we would go swiping. So you would go swiping on coffee, I would go swiping for McDonald's, he would go and get a pack of cigarettes, and whatever you need, whatever you think you need at the time, you just start swiping away, and then a bill will pop up, and what we'll do, like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough for this bill. So you start taking money from that savings. So we'll transfer money back into our checking account to pay for that bill. And that was just a very careless, stupid mistake that we did, that obviously now I have so much control over it. Also, like I said, having a plan for your money before you get paid, before you know when you're going to get paid. Have a budget, an estimated amount of how much you're going to get paid if you get paid hourly like us. But if you're on salary, you already know how much you're going to get paid. Plan out your money, plan out every single dollar, even plan out your spending money. Have that on the side, and then you will know how much you have left that goes into savings. Now, once you start planning, you look at your cost of living. It's like how I touched on my first budgeting for beginning videos. You look at all your bills that you have to spend that week or that month, get that out of the way, and then you start looking at what do you need to put away, how much do you need to put away. Now be realistic, because what happens is, for example, me, I get paid, I'm going to say 2,000 a month plus minus. I'm not going to make a goal of saving 10,000 a month. That is not realistic. That is a dream. I would love that, but it's not realistic right now. So I have to be realistic, set realistic goals, and then work towards that and be consistent. And once you set your intention, so if, for example, if your intention is to buy a home for your family, you know that if you had to touch that money that you saved up probably for the past 3 months, and you want to go out with your friends, or you need to use that money, you will, because you have an intention in your mind already set for that money, you won't want to touch it, because you're like, I'm already taking away a home for my children and I. And who would want to do that? You don't want to do that. So when you set an actual intention for your money, it is hard for you to touch your money. So we didn't have any intention before for our money. We were just saving because, you know, we're working and it's nice to have a savings account, but we're technically not saving because we'll take the money back when we need anything, or, you know, when something pop up, or when we want to go out, or, you know, anything stupid like that. We didn't plan anything. So have a plan, set goals, set intentions, and then stick to that. So now I'm going to share how we've been, because I've did touch on that, we just recently started this budgeting. Today is going to be 10 weeks of our budgeting. Actually, tomorrow will be 10 weeks since we've been budgeting this way. So this method is, oh my gosh, it's working so well for us. I'm going to share with you, because I don't know, there are some people who are visual people. I'm going to share with you how we save and how we keep track, how, you know, I keep track basically. So let's go into that. Okay, so I started a challenge for me and KB when we started this budgeting journey 10 weeks ago. So as you can see here, it says 10 weeks KB personal saving, and here it says 10 weeks Nomah personal saving. The goal is $10,000 each. It comes out for each of our incomes, and it's $2,000 in actual 10 weeks. So tomorrow is the 15th. Today it is the 14th, and tomorrow we're gonna reach our goal. Now I'm just going to show you how our envelopes look. So this is KB's envelope, and that's his money. That is $900. Okay. So as you can see, I started on the 13th of August, and we put $100 away. Remember, I told you that when I printed out my statement and his statement, I realized that there's over $100 that we spend every week, and I'm not sure where's it going. It's going onto McDonald's, it's going onto cigarettes, it's going onto parking money, onto coffees, onto just a sausage roll or whatever I feel like having on my way to work or whatever. So I figured out that I'm going to cut those expenses, but if I cut those expenses, I have to see the money. I don't want to cut those expenses and still not know where did that money go. We just cut it expensive, where did the money go? So that's when I decided that we're going to take $100 each a week and put it away. So every week I take when we put the money. So when when I take money out from KB's thing, I take it out and I take it. So we've left it tomorrow's tick, and that's when we're going to reach our goal and we're going to deposit our money into the bank. And same thing with me. This one is mine, Nomah, and then this is just my envelope, and that's my money. How amazing is that? Right, so I'm just going to put this away, and I'm also going to show you. I'll just put it right here. Okay, we've also got a safety float. Now you're probably asking yourself, isn't that the emergency fund? We do have an emergency fund, and that is in our account. It's $1,000 and $50,050, I think, and we don't touch that. But we also have a safety float. Now with our safety float, we put $20 a week away. So it's always in our budget. This is my budget Bible, you know about it. And there's $20 that I take out of our income every single week. Now we've used it a little bit. Now let me explain what our safety float is for. So we just came from out of town. We went out of town and we spent $76. All that $76 that we spent was from this envelope. We took $76 out from this envelope. Actually, I had budgeted $100 that we're going to use, but we ended up using $76. We used $45 on gas, and the rest was just something to eat. But yes, we have a safety float that we put away. Sometimes when we can't reach $20 each, probably KB didn't do enough hours or I didn't do enough hours this week, we just put away $10 or $5 or whatever we have, but we always put money in this, and whenever we need something, it comes from this float at all times. So yeah, that's a safety float. And then I just recently implemented sinking funds, which you guys know about. I did a video last week of how I do my sinking funds, and there's not much in the sinking funds anyways. It's just $10 here. How much is in the clothing? There's $20 in clothing. There's also entertainment. There's also car maintenance. I'm not sure where did that go. And oh yeah, and there's a car maintenance one, and it has $20 in there. So yeah, that is our savings. That's basically our savings. And we also still have the automatic payment that goes into our savings account in our bank account. So all in total, it's 40% of our income that goes straight into savings for clothing, for cars, for our goals. For our goals, I know you're probably thinking, what are your goals? Basically it's financial freedom for us, because we have two big ones and we're not 100% sure which one is it, but I think the main one is to buy a house. But yeah, so we just keep it as KB and Nomah goals, and one day we're going to choose one basically that, you know, we're focusing on, but for now we're just gonna call it goals. Savings. So there's also this, which is like a tracker for us. I'm the one that usually deals with this one. It has a little bit of little quotes. Well done for taking this step, and once you've reached 2,500, you move on to that one which says, yay, you're almost halfway, and wow, look how far you've come. And you keep coloring in these little boxes every time you reach these little milestones basically. KB loves this one. I got this one from the Budget Mom, by the way. He loves this one. He loves to color in and see, you know, where we going, where we are right now. And honestly, I cannot wait to fill this whole jar up. I can't wait to like get halfway and stuff like that. But as you can see, our goal is $10,500 and we are literally at the beginning, and that is fine. If we were getting paid more, we probably would be over here by now. But because of the income that we are getting, we are working with what we have, and it's going to take longer, and that's okay. So yeah, it is possible. Just try your best not to compare your journey with anyone, and just try your best to be consistent, stick to it, trust your journey, and resist temptation. If you want to go out with your friends, that is fine, but have a plan for it. Start saving for it, putting money away for it. When you go out, you'll be just guilt-free. You're going to enjoy it. You're not going to go out, have a good time, come back home and have regrets. That is, life is too short to have regrets. So you're probably asking, where did you get the money? If you saying you didn't have the money before budgeting, where did all this money for your savings come from? Now, I touched on this actually. I touched on this at the beginning of this budgeting journey of ours. I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit. There you go. Hopefully it's nice and clear. Yep. Oh, so you can get this expense tracker on my website. I will leave the link below in the description. I did touch on this on my first video of budgeting for beginners, part 1, of how to cut off cost. So basically what we did is evaluate what are our needs, and when we calculated our needs, we realized that we've actually got so much money left. Why doesn't it look like we do have so much money left? Like, what are we doing wrong? And that's when basically I took control over everything. And I'm not saying KB is not in control of his finances or anything. I'm just more into writing, into planning. If you know me, I'm such a planner. I plan my workouts, I plan my meals, I plan everything. So I basically took control over our finances like that, and he's okay with everything anyways. So now I'm just gonna do a little bit of a rundown with you guys. I won't do a big one because it is already on my first budgeting for beginners part 1 video. So for our desires, there's Netflix. Do we need Netflix? Absolutely not. It is nice to have it, but you don't absolutely need it. That's already $11.50 a month saved up. Do we need Canva? No. I did say that most of my planners, I created them, all these things, I created it with Apple Pages. So I don't 100% need it. It's nice to have it because I can do quite a lot with it, but I don't need it. That's already $22 on our account. And I'm going to show you something else. Coffee. I love coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. Now you have to ask yourself, how much is a caramel latte at Starbucks, at McDonald's, at the place you work at? They probably charge you what, $5 a latte, $3, $4, $2. That money adds up. I work 5 days a week, and if I have to pay $5 a day for a coffee, it is 5 times 5, which is $25 that I have to pay a week, that you don't see. You just think, oh, it's just $5. Even if it's $2, it's 2 times 5, it's $10 a week that you have to pay. It's $40 a month that you could honestly put into savings. Now, how much were these? This is $4 for the whole pack, and you get 10 of them. Now 4 divided by 10 of these, it's 40 cents each. That's already how much money gone into savings. So think about that. So it's just things like that that we had to learn how to cut off. Do we need Mr. Green? No. It is such a luxury to have Mr. Green to do our lawns. But honestly, if we need money, we can absolutely cut this off, and that's already $50 into our accounts. Do we need to eat out? 100% no. We both are such good cooks. We can just cook. So it's also things like that. And having a plan, meal prepping your food for the whole week, and then you know that you've got food in your fridge. You don't have to eat out if you feel like eating and you don't feel like cooking, because you've already prepped at the beginning of the week. And you're also saving in power by not cooking every single day. So it's just things like that that you have to figure out. It's personal. Like I said earlier, budget is very personal. You're just going to have to figure out what can you live without, what can you decrease. Rent, I absolutely need rent. I mean, we need that to live. But maybe getting a flatmate could decrease this cost. So it's just things like that. And I really think it is possible for us to find a savings. Now, you don't have to save 40% like us, because we are debt free and we are so grateful for that. So that's how we manage to save. So you could probably have some debt. Just start small. Start by literally $20 a month. You will slowly increase. You'll slowly start figuring out that I don't need this. I don't need this. This could have gone to my, savings. And honestly, that's what happened to me. When I started saving, I started realizing a lot of things that I don't need. I was like, do you know, this could actually go into my savings. And I started doing, math. I was like, oh my gosh, so $10 times 12 months is 120 in a month that I've already put into my savings or whatever. So start having a plan for every single dollar you make. Okay, don't just live life just for living life. Live life that you enjoy. Have a plan for your future. Have a plan for your children. And honestly, you will not regret it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope it made sense. And if you want me to make another one, let me know in the comments. If you want me to talk about something else, let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next video. Bye.